Hello, I am Parra Vivas, and I speak about simple, healthy mental habits and the inner work behind my books. Why we repeat the same habits even though we want to change them. One thing that I speak about a lot is this word paradigms. I speak about it in my Manifest Mondays, in my books, to my children, to my husband, friends, and everybody I meet because it is basically a set of beliefs, ideas that we have about ourselves, ideas that we have about the world around us, also ideas that we have about money and certain races or religious organizations, and fears that we have. Basically, it's the beliefs and ideas that we have. Is the programming. Some people about programming is basically that, the programming that we had set. I hope it's in the brain, but it's actually in our mind, in our subconscious mind. That's the programming that we have. Well, the thing is, when we want to implement a healthy mental habit or anything new that is good for us, when we are adults, it's difficult because these paradigms are set, or this programming is set before 6 years old. When we were babies, when we were children, when we were growing up, we were open, listening, paying attention, curious. Whatever our parents, teachers, or whatever we heard on TV at the time, the culture that we grew up with, it shaped our programming, and that is set. When we were 6, is set. And then when we became adults, and right now we want to implement new things. For example, one of the best things to do is journaling. And some people start finding all kinds of excuses for journaling. They know it is good, but it doesn't fit in their schedule because they just don't find the time or whatever. But it's not that they don't have the time. It's just the old programming make them believe they don't have the time. It's just one example. So the way to change your programming is by repetition. That's the wonderful thing that I learned from Bob Proctor. It is the most amazing teaching, and I love that because I thought that I was, like, oh my God, I cannot change it, because I wanted to change. I remember when I started my journey, I really wanted to practice gratitude every day because I was complaining all the time about everything, and I had a wonderful life already, but I didn't see it that way. So one of the things that I wanted to implement in my life was gratitude. The first thing is journaling, is writing on your journal. What are you grateful for? Is the first step. And that's why I wrote and I created Quantum Gratitude. Why is quantum? Because when you start really being grateful, you're going to attract more things to be grateful for. We're going to talk about that later, but it is just the first step for greatness, for the best, for quantum manifestation and amazing things in your life. So anyways, I wanted to start that habit, and it was so hard, and I had all these beliefs that I couldn't wake up early, that I just was not good journaling, that I just didn't have time, that I was not, all kinds of things. And it was my paradigm, my programming, saying you cannot do this, you are not good at this, so is that your programming. So however, the way to change this, it was by become disciplined, and that's what I teach. How you start and you make the effort and you become disciplined. There are different ways, but once you do that, with repetition, you can change that paradigm. So after time, I became very good in journaling, and I started to being grateful and expressing gratitude more often. There is always a next step to improve. I can become better and better, of course, on that. But I am a much better person than when I started on this journey, and I'm so grateful for that. I'm so grateful for that, for taking that decision and starting that a healthy mental habit. If this inspires you in any way, I invite you to join me in Manifest Monday. Is a weekly email that I send on Mondays, and it goes out very early in the morning, so you start the week with a different emotion, instead of not liking on Mondays. Now you're looking forward on Mondays because you're gonna receive my email. It's always full of real stories it could be my stories or things that I observe or see in others, but it's very current. What is going on in my life? What is going on in the world? What are the things that could impact you? And I see that maybe that you may benefit in a positive way. Well, thank you for listening, and I will see you next time.